So next up will be Peter. Where's Peter? There he is. Okay, so Peter has been our project lead on the CodeX TechIndex, and he will provide us a quick update. He and Michael. Right. All right, so take it away.
All right. Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. So this will be a very quick presentation and update. And so some of the key themes this morning were community and collaboration. And this is a quick update on a community project. And at the end of it, I'm going to ask for your collaboration. And this community project basically begins in 2012 when I graduated from the law school here. And we were starting to think about creating a legal technology company, but we needed to up our technology knowledge. So I sent an email to the Law Talk email list of the university, and the subject was learning how to code. And it went something like, hey everyone, I'm going to double down on learning how to code, and I want to invite you all to join me. And so from now on, every Wednesday night, you're going to find me in this room and come play with me. P.S. If you do not join me, you will probably not have a job in 10 years.
That was 2012.
That was in 2012, so soon to be validated. But needless to say, it was a very effective email, and 75 students showed up. And through the course of 3 years, we learned about HTML, JavaScript, Ruby, and a variety of other technologies, and just had a lot of fun. And at the end of the 3 years, one of the projects that came out of it was this notion of the CodeX TechIndex, basically a pretty simple database of now 1,142 legal technology companies categorized, right, as a resource for the community. Everything is tagged. There's a bunch of core data points with things like when was the company founded, right? What do they do? When did they die? The failure rate is pretty high, it turns out. Now, and what was interesting is that suddenly this kind of got picked up, and researchers all over the world started using this data to do an analysis of the space. And we saw things like how many companies are being founded in what space, right? And it was really nice to see, and it invigorated this project, but it also kind of started pushing the need to do an update. And so in the run-up of FutureLaw, as I was kind of trying to incite people to come here, so thank you all for being here today, Michael here was criticizing some of the user experience design, not of the tech index, might I say, but in general. And I sent him a message and I said, hey, if you have a moment to chat, I have an idea for you. Twitter is really just such a wonderful platform. And that led into an interesting collaboration with Michael. Michael.
Yeah, so Mike is fine. Michael, my mom called, but it's fine. So yeah, why do this reboot of the Legal Tech Index website? I think there's two main reasons. One is whether Peter set out to do it when in 2012, it's now an interface for our community. And this is a community, and we should empower ourselves to grow. And we should also present, I'm sorry, you want me talking to the microphone? Thank you. Sorry about that. Yeah, we want to empower our community members to grow. And the site that we had before, it was good for when it started, but it lacked certain functionality that would really allow us to scale up and provide you all with the ability to interact with people who want to interact with you. Because folks do come to the Tech Index looking for that knowledge. And so we wanted to build in the tools to make it pretty so that people, so that it looked on point with the products and services that y'all are developing. And also to, just, I don't know, I guess, be extensible. But second of all, we wanted to make it open source so that we could empower tech-curious lawyers who maybe want to dabble, they're just thinking about it, they want to learn to code or whatever. We wanted to have that garage, that space, to allow them to develop apps that would be really useful for them, don't involve any sort of blockchain, don't involve AI, they're just simple JavaScript-based, but really useful for solving pain points that lawyers go through on a daily basis. And the thought is that if we provide them with a resource or an example or a community or we foster that sort of growth, that once they get a taste, of legal technology and how it can help them, it'll make them more curious, and it'll start them on their journey, to this room. And so, what I told Peter is that, I'd be happy to do it, but we need to do it all open source from cloud to CSS, and it is. We have it up. You can visit it right there. It's just at my staging law house. Yeah, I like domains. But other than that, yeah, the stack is pretty sweet. It's really easy. I did it, basically on the weekends. It's GraphQL-based API. We're going to expose that to the academic researchers that like to use the data. It's going to allow you to maintain your own contact information. So we've automated Peter's job. Gone. Sorry.
That's okay.
And there'll be support for a more community-based collaborative space. So you all will be able to have your own, logins, profiles. You can associate them with your firms or your teams, and I guess file some feature requests, and let's empower some people to build them.
Exactly. So you see an email address here, and whether you are a student interested in learning how to program, a entrepreneur or a general counsel wanting access to this entire data set, or you just have an idea of how we can make this better, shoot us an email. We'll look at all these requests, and we really want your collaboration in making this a better and more powerful resource for the community. Thank you so much.